Hey everybody, welcome back to Saykhamphone. I'm your host, James Saykhamphone. In this episode, I want to talk about some Washington sports, like the Wizards and Washington football. And I want to talk about the NBA playoffs, not specifically the Wizards, but the playoffs as a whole. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get right into it. All right, so to start with the Washington football team. This season, I think we had a really good draft. With Ron Rivera coming in and bringing the staff he wants to bring in, this new regime. Yeah, I feel like Dan Snyder is more hands off. He picked the culture pieces, the the good people for what he believes will make the team better on the field and off the field. And this draft, it wasn't any different of what you would expect him to pick. There was one thing that everybody was looking for, hoping to draft a quarterback. Um, I believe it was day 2 or 3, is when we start seeing the quarterbacks starting to fall off. The first one of those days, it was Davis Mills, I believe drafted by the Texans. I forgot which day it was, but he was like the first quarterback draft that day, and that was the quarterback I was hoping we would have pick because he would have been perfect sitting behind Fitzpatrick. Um, Also in competition with Taylor Heineke and Montez. If we couldn't get him, I really wanted Kellen Mond because Kellen Mond was supposed to say a 4-year starter out of Texas A&M, and it's just like everything in life, practice makes perfect. And 4-year starter, he got the repetition in his quarterback. So you can he knows what his abilities are, what can improve, and he can has a better feel of the game as someone that's hasn't been starting or has only a 1-year starter. And it's just not you cannot put that what I just said in every player's situation because some people are just uh, built different, as you can see as every quarterback. But those two quarterbacks I really wanted in the draft, and we didn't get it. It's okay because I still believe in Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's some reason he's just been bounced around a lot of teams, and um, he's given chances, but after 1 year, he's just swept under the rug. And I heard someone said it's because after he gets that contract, the big contract after after a prove me year with a new team, that's when he doesn't um produce at the same level as he did for that prove me year. So so but other than that, I think we got good players after the draft. A linebacker, I didn't know anything about him. Davis from Kentucky. I I thought we would have picked a corner, but that's from being, as I said in like my episodes prior, that I've only been watching the games I can't watch due because I'm in Japan and watching highlights. So I didn't really know if we need a linebacker or not. I thought corner was like a number one need because of the way teams are passing the ball now. It's just better to have a corner, but having a linebacker it really solidifies the defense. And as I said, the more research into it, I think he is a 1B, if not the best linebacker in the draft, because it's either him or Micah Parsons, and he's better than Jock out of Notre Dame. So Davis, I think he's really good. Watching some of his highlights on YouTube, he's in like pursuit in every play, which gave me the Patrick Willis vibes. And if y'all know anything about Patrick Willis, he is like arguably like a second coming of Ray Lewis during his time in the 49ers. Because I remember watching one of his, I don't know what it was called, but in college, All American Bowl, it was like, I don't know how long this video was. It was like at least, I want to say 8 minutes. And during those 8 minutes, they're just talking like it was just him in every play. If he didn't get tackled, he's around the ball every play, every play. You see Patrick Willis, so it was cool. So that's what Davis reminds me of, and I think we have something good to look forward to. It's a good young defense. I want to, we got to keep Davis and this E-line intact. Good. Who else we did? We got Sam Cosmi, a lineman out of Texas. That's a good draft, good pick too. Brandon Scherf, he wants a big contract, and you just can't pay everybody. But he is a top five guard in the NFL. We gotta do something to keep him, and keeping this O line. And you gotta keep the O line to make the plays work. So I think it's a good pick. Um, we got the corner out of Minnesota. So that's where I thought we would have drafted the corner higher, but in the later rounds, that was a good notable pick. I thought Sean Wayne was better from Ohio State, but I'm just like reading articles, and the Brandon out of Minnesota, he's much better, like graded higher, and he's long and he's good, right? So I think watching football, I think we're being slept on. I think this team is the best in the division, all right? It's not just because I'm watching football fan, I'm not being biased, but from top to bottom and the coaching staff, I think we have the culture. We got I can go on and on for right. So we got the receivers, we got speed, size, we got the running backs. You don't have to rely on a bell car running back in today's NFL. Like it'd be great to have, something like Derrick Henry, but you see that people just slow down throughout the season. And now for this 17 game season, you don't want to just have one running back to do it all. So we got Gibson and we still have McKissick. And we got Patterson. I forgot which college he came out of, but he had like one game, he had like 400 yards, 8 touchdowns. So this man can run and score the ball. I'm excited for this team. We're a dynamic team, and not to mention we had De'Ami Brown out of North Carolina. Like I thought picking up Curtis Samuel and Adam Humphries was good enough. We draft a really good receiver. Like this is a sleeper pick. He should have been drafted higher, but he's a good player. The tight ends, after Logan Thomas, I don't know who else was on the team last year. So we got Bates out of BYU and Sammy Reyes. Sammy Reyes was a former basketball player, so you know how former basketball players translate to NFL and tight ends. Mentioned some Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez. I'm not comparing Reyes with them yet, but it'll be exciting to see how far he can develop and produce on the field. Just talks from this offseason, he's like really surprising people, and he has really good play. So exciting to see. I just want to see us run more trick plays, not trick plays, but more plays through Logan Thomas, because he did play quarterback at Tech there at college, and I think to get him involved, like just him throwing the ball, like just use some kind of trick play. I think it would be really good. We can open up the offense really so much more, because Gibson was a former receiver out of college, changed his position to running back. So this is a dynamic team. We have players that can do multiple things. And Curtis Samuel last season just got handoffs and ran out the backfield. So we have so much things we can do. We gotta be more. You guys experiment and be more creative on the offensive side. I think it'll be a scary team. So let's jump into the Washington Wizards. As I said earlier, my last episode, I think we should do an all season. I didn't expect us to win against the Sixers. I thought we were gonna get swept, but Bradley Beal is such a hot topic that Where you look, every team is in trade rumors for him. I I use that off because Beal, he never says anything bad in the media that he wants to leave. Nothing bad against the team. He's a great team guy, a great on the field, off the field guy, and he doesn't bring negative vibes to the team. And to let him go will be a huge loss to the team. It's so hard to find scores in the NBA like at his efficiency. What I mean by that is because he is able to create his own shot. It's different from creating your own shot, breaking someone off the ball, and just catching and shooting. Like you can run the offense through him. Like he's on that same scoring level as like CJ McCollum, kind of like Dame. It's like that. Like if you trade him, we have to get a lot back. I'm not saying to trade him, but we have to commit and expect a lot back for him because he's an all-star. He's that good. And if we do that, like I said, we got to commit. We got to commit to a rebuild. So we got to commit to trading Russ. I don't want to trade Russ. He's my favorite player, but you got to go all in. You can't go halfway through this rebuild because you're just gonna be stuck in the pack. You got to have a direction. So I saw the Lakers for Beal, but I read an interesting article that the Heat, they didn't get the star player they needed this season, so and rumors would get Beal, and that package was Beal for Tyler Hero, Precious Achua, and future draft picks. How do I feel about that? Hero's preseason was, I don't know where he achieved expectations. I don't know if teams figured him out this season or he just didn't live up or he couldn't repeat. Whatever it was, I like Hero still. I think he's a good player. I don't know much about Chua. I think if I can remember, he was hurt in college. I don't know much about him. He played some this season. I don't, I don't know. I just don't think that's enough players to get back for Beal's value from the Heat. We would have to get like none in the package and the picks. The picks, that's really important. We have to be like, if I'm the Wizards and making this deep trade, I want at least like 2 first rounders. That's my take on it. And that's enough of that. Let's jump into NBA playoffs. So this season, really exciting playoffs. It's the first time, I believe, I want to say in a decade, that we don't see LeBron or Steph in the finals. And one of the most exciting first round series was the Hawks versus Knicks. I really like. I throughout the season, I didn't like the Hawks, but watching them play against the Knicks, and they just took control of every game. I love it. Like you see, like Trae Young being a villain. That's that's fun basketball. It's fun, it's entertaining, and Knicks had a good run. You just see that they need another scorer. Like that's what I mean. Like someone like Beal can just create and get their own shot. Like if they had that, it would have been a better even match series because it take pressure off everybody else, obviously. And not to say Julius Randle was bad, but you see how he couldn't just get them enough like give them enough offense to carry them over or come to the hump. And that's why scoring is so important in NBA. That's not the only thing in basketball, but you just need someone to get their own shot. The other fun series was the Mavericks and the Clippers. Just to see Luka dominate, carry his team as far as he can every game. Like, he wants to win. Like, I thought he was gonna win. I thought the Mavs were gonna win the series. First two games, he's just bullying everybody. But Kawhi's that man. He's that dude. He just stopped it. I put the clamps down. Like, all right, that's enough. Is enough. He took over the series. And other series I liked was the Jazz and the Grizzlies because John Morant is one of my favorite players. And Don Mitchell, like he's getting up to be like I like Don Mitchell, don't get me wrong, but is he one of my favorite players? Not exactly, but he's getting out there because he is a star. He's carrying his team. I really want to see the Jazz in the finals. I want to see the Suns make it too because I want Chris Paul to get a ring, but I like this Jazz team more than the Suns, and I just like, yeah, man, just the Jazz. I think they can win the finals. I don't. That's kind of rough to say because the Nets are going to make it to the finals, but the Jazz, I think they're more team cohesiveness and their their star players, or they have players that are more available, and I think they can win it all. And they're getting better every year. I like this Jazz team, so that's my prediction. I think the Jazz is going to win the finals. I think Washington football is going to be the best team in the NFC East. And the Wizards, I don't know what to think about them yet. We have to commit to one direction. It's keep Beal and Russ and develop the young guys or trade them both and start a rebuild. All right, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.